Hello, welcome to another edition of Talking Sports and Fitness with Zeke. I'm Zeke, sometimes known as Mike Zielinski. I'm honored today to have as my guest Ralph Clark, who is the new and the first head football coach at Alvernia University. Welcome, Ralph.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Zeke.
You know, when they first hired you, because I know they had an exhaustive list of candidates, and I was a little surprised that they didn't hire a coach with head football coaching experience. So you have a wealth of 19 years as an assistant coach. And then I read some of the things that the athletic director, Bill Stiles, said about you. About, you have an incredible amount of energy, you're charismatic, you have great character and integrity, you love to recruit, you're good at it, your players love you, and you emphasize faith, family, and academics. So then I came to realize that, not to put any pressure on you, but it sounds like you are an excellent fit for Alvernia.
Well, I think I would like to think that's the reason why I was chosen, is that, Alvernia is a special place, and we do have values, and we have core values and a mission, and I think all of those things fall in line. I think we were a perfect fit for each other. Those are the things that I was looking for in a university, and I think hopefully that's what they were looking for in a head football coach that would fall in line with the values and the mission of the university, as well as being an accomplished football coach. And as I kind of told them during the interview process, is the question comes up: what do you think the big challenges are of being a head coach, or the difference between being a coordinator and a head coach? And I said, there's not really much difference, other than that everything kind of falls on your shoulders as the head coach. As a coordinator, you're the head coach of the defense, or the head coach of the offense, or the special teams, what have you. So, you're used to running a program per se, but it's usually just one side of the ball. Now you just have to think broad spectrum.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, especially on the NFL level. There have been a lot of guys who've been excellent coordinators, but didn't translate to being a head coach. And for many others, it's kind of seamless. And does it compound the transition, the fact you're doing it at a startup program?
No, I think that it doesn't make it easy, because it's not easy no matter what, no matter how you do it. I think what it does is it gives you an opportunity to really think about who it is that you want to be as a program, as a program really, and you get to mold it and shape it and kind of build it brick by brick.
And what you're doing now is as important as what you'll be doing. By the way, you kick off the 2018 season, which gives you a little bit of breathing room. And also you will be in the Middle Atlantic Conference. Albright College is also in that.
Yes, they are.
I'm sure that will be a pretty good rivalry, just like it is in basketball.
Well, I'm sure that'll develop into a rivalry, but right now I can't worry about that and rivalries. I have to worry about what we're trying to do and what we're trying to build, and focus on us. Keep the focus on us right now, because that's who's important, is us.
Now, your primary, I think you were defensive coordinator at Seton Hill?
Yes.
And you're primarily the defensive side of the ball?
Absolutely.
Will you be your own defensive coordinator, or too early to tell?
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
What about, what kind of schemes do you like to run offensively? Or you're going to determine on what your personnel is, because you're just starting the recruiting process?
We will. We'll be multiple. We'll be multiple enough so that we can change and adapt from year to year, and based on who we have and the things that our kids are good at. Whatever we do.
You're talking about both sides of the ball?
Both sides of the ball. It doesn't matter. Offense, defense, kicking game. We're going to do what our kids are able to do and what they're good at. That's how you get good.
But you'll be recruiting guys that fit what you might like to do, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So what would you, if you got the personnel you wanted, and I want to ask you about the recruiting, what kind of offense would you run, and then defense?
The good thing is that we have an offensive coordinator, Mike Wood, who's coached with me at Millersville and has coached against me when he was at UMass and I was at Northeastern, and I'm glad that I'm not coaching against him anymore.
Oh, that's good. And he's on your side now.
He's on our side now. He's coached more than a few, professional players, as well as I have. But it's good to have Mike. He's a good character guy. He's a very good football coach. He's detail-oriented, works hard, cares. He's family-oriented, so he's going to fit the mold of building a family, as far as building that culture around the program. So it's good to have him around. But as far as what we want to do offensively, we're going to be multiple. At the end of the day, and this is nothing new, hopefully, to anybody in football, I want to have a physical identity in every phase of the ball, offense, defense, and kicking. So I'll leave that at that.
Yeah.
We'll have a physical identity.
Do you have your entire staff in place?
No. We're building it piece by piece, and the goal is not to do it quickly; is to do it right.
Yeah, so. And you have some time. Does it compound getting somebody you may want because there won't be football next fall?
I think anybody that really loves football and truly enjoys the building process will probably embrace this more so than anything else. I'm not looking for anybody that's looking to move up and move to the next job. I'm looking for somebody that's trying to help build what we have here. So that's the key when you're looking at staff, is make sure you have guys that want to stay, want to help you build.
Now, you were part of the first Robert Morris team that just startup football program, and you were running back on that team. I'm sure some of that, even though that's a few years ago, will help you with this.
It's a few decades ago.
That's been kind.
It definitely translates. I remember, even though my son keeps trying to tell me that I'm old, but I remember that stuff. I remember what we went through. I remember the hard work we put in. I remember the bond that we had in those 4 years that we were there.
Yeah, I'm sure it's kind of special. Yeah,
it's definitely special, and those guys are my brothers to this day. We don't see each other, we don't talk all the time, but thank goodness there's social media now with Facebook and Twitter. Right. You can kind of keep in touch and find out what's going on with other people and what's going on in their lives. And I look back and we're all successful in one way or another. All of us that came in and we finished together, we're all successful. We've got mayors, we've got people that own their own companies, we've got business leaders, football coach. So we're all successful, and
I think there's an intrinsic value in sports, football and otherwise: teamwork, hard work,
sacrifice,
discipline.
Joe Walton, we played for Joe Walton, who's the former head coach of the Jets and was the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. We played for that. He was the head coach. And Dan Radakovich.
He was? I did not know that.
Yeah. Dan Radakovich was our defensive coordinator. And so if you don't know Bad Rad.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Bad Rad, he started a lot of things in football. He's very well respected in football. And he's coached a lot of your favorite coaches. Yeah. I'll put it that way. But played for those guys in college. And Coach Walton used to always say, when it comes to the teamwork, he would always say, be happy for your teammates' success. Mm-hmm. And that stuck with me because there's a lot of hard work you put in. And whether you're on a scout team or you're a starter, you're All-American, or whatever, you got to be happy for your teammates' success, understand and accept your role, and understand that your role, no matter how small it is, it plays a bigger role into the success of the program.
So you can't be selfish. Like if the guy playing in front of you had a great game, I mean, human nature to a degree would be, I want to get a shot too, but
and that comes and that happens, and that's
because you want a guy to be competitive.
It's natural,
too.
And that's what I was going to say. It's natural because you want to compete.
Yeah.
So if anybody's just happy being the backup, that's not the kid that you want. I want kids that are going to be competitive. I want guys that want to be on the field. But at the end of the day, you got to understand that the ultimate goal is to win the game.
Yeah. Right.
And to win. And we were very successful. In our first year, we lost one game. Now, I'm gonna start telling my age here, but we tied a game. So this is before overtime. But we lost one and we tied one.
Yeah.
And no one would expect that in a startup program. But to me, for the kids that we're recruiting, it's possible.
It is possible.
So don't tell me what we can't do, because I'm going to tell you what we can do. I'm going to tell you what's possible with hard work, dedication, and sacrifice.
Now, obviously, you won't play next year, so you're recruiting juniors and sophomores, I would take.
No, I'm recruiting right now.
No, I know.
I'm recruiting for 2017. I'll worry about 2018 kids.
Oh, so you're
this
recruiting
spring.
some seniors
I'm
too.
recruiting
and
seniors
you want them
right
to come,
now.
even though
I want them to come. I want them to understand that we're going to build and we're going to develop and we're going to make sure that we're able to start creating the culture now.
And that'll be a redshirt year for them, so they won't lose eligibility.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, that's why you have the job and I don't. I didn't think of that. I thought, no one would be playing, So will you practice next year with some of these guys informal?
We'll do everything that we're allowed to do. We just won't play.
Yeah.
We won't play against anyone else. We won't scrimmage anyone else.
Yeah.
Again, it's worrying about us and taking care of us. Getting them in the weight room will be a huge part of what we do.
Oh, yeah. That's a big
physically,
year. Yeah. There's a big difference between an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old sometimes physically. Yeah.
Yeah, and mentally.
Yeah. Oh, good point.
And mentally.
How's recruiting going for you?
It's going fairly well. I've been in most schools in Berks County. Gone into the Lehigh Valley. I've been in Jersey and Philly. I've been into the DC area, Delaware, and I've been even down in Florida, and spending a lot of time.
Well, we all know what kind of athletes come out of Florida.
Yeah. We have a lot of great athletes here too. So I want to make sure that the kids know that I want them to stay home. If you're from this area, this region, you're from Berks County, you're from Lehigh Valley, Lebanon, Lancaster, York, even all the way out to Dell County, Montgomery, and Philadelphia, stay home. Help build something, help be a part of something special, because we can do it right here. And yes, I'm going to go recruit the region. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go get good players, good character guys, but I want the best at home to want to be home and help build this thing.
Excellent. Any other, we only have a minute or two left. Any other challenges that you can think of? I'm sure there are many in the startup program.
I don't look at challenges. I'm the ultimate optimist. People talk about challenge. I keep hearing that word, by the way, challenges. They're all opportunities. They're all opportunities. Every day is an opportunity.
You are a motivator.
When you leave, when you walk out the door, you can look at challenges, you can look at opportunities. I'm gonna look at opportunities. I'll leave the challenges to everybody else.
That's very well said. And you must be excited because you're in an environment where Alvernia really has a good mix of athletics and academics.
I will say this, and I tell this to every recruit that I've come across, every parent, every coach. In my 20 years, because this is going into season 20, in my 20 years of coaching, this is the most supportive environment, both athletically and academically, that I've ever been in. We've got more services committed to our students to make them academically successful than anywhere I've been in 20 years. And if you look at my track record, I've been in some very, very high academic institutions, and we just didn't have the support that we have here. And then the athletics support from the administration, from Dr. Flynn to Bill Stiles to the student body, even to our sisters on campus, the enthusiasm that they have all the way down is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I heard you're a real rock star over there on the campus.
I don't know about a rock star, but the thing that I say is atmosphere. It's all about the atmosphere. It's different when you walk on our campus. If you follow my tweets or what have you, things are different here. It's not just a tweet. It's not just a hashtag. It's different. And kids, when they come on campus, families, when they come on campus, you feel it. I felt it when I came on my interview. I noticed it. It's just different. And if you want an opportunity at different, if you want an opportunity at special, then Alvernia is the place for you.
Well, I think you have a wonderful opportunity here at Alvernia. I wish you much success and congratulations. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in the field in 2018. We'll have to have you back.
Please do.
We'll have you back twice if you go undefeated that year.
Hey, well, we'll go undefeated next year. How about that? How about that?
We can follow up and see how you're doing.
There you go.
All right. Ralph Clark, Alvernia University. For now, this is Zeke signing off.
These community stories are made possible in part by BCTV, Susie Ray Design, Queen City Family Restaurant, Lamar Advertising, Heidelberg Family Restaurant, Reading Air, Lions and Hole, Peanut Bar, and Kutztown University.